Hello, you lovely people. Can you hear me all right? Um, I hope you're all well. Can you hear me? Can somebody please just tell me whether they can hear me okay? Um, so how are we all? Are we all right? Can you hear me all right? Can you hear me okay? All right. So how are we all? Are we all good? What are, before we start, I would like to hear talk about some housekeeping. I've had a good I've had a good couple of days. I've just been um yesterday I had a doctor's appointment. Um Hence the reason why there was no stream yesterday. But I thought I couldn't let you go without, because I really enjoy the streams. And I thought we do one today actually. So Max Verstappen won his second world championship in Suzuka on last Sunday. Um it was a bit of a dramatic race, wasn't it? It was very wet, wasn't it? And very eventful, wasn't it? So what did you all think about it? Um, I mean, I I was really surprised that it actually got going when it got going. Yeah, I mean, Gasly, um, Gasly was really lucky, wasn't he? I mean, he could have, yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, in my opinion, it should never have been. It should have been red flagged. Um, because I mean, what on earth did that um tractor um had to do on a track? I mean, that was absolutely horrendous. I could understand his frustrations totally, because that was absolutely horrendous. And I think it was very disrespectful towards Jules Bianchi and his family, because it seems to me it seems like Formula One didn't really learn a lot, did they? I mean, that was so close. And I mean, um, for me, the other really dangerous part of the race was when the the marshal was on track to recover um, Carlos Sainz's car. I mean, in my review, I mistakenly thought it was Leclerc, but it was actually Carlos Sainz, wasn't it? I mean, did you see the speed that that Gasly went past that Marshall? I mean, that could have ended in tears as well. So, in my opinion, we could have had two disasters in Suzuka last weekend. And actually, I was quite critical with the FIA and Formula One itself, because that was not on. And but anyway, what did you guys think about it? I I think the race should have been red flagged. Um, and I think Formula One really needs to learn a lesson um, from what happened, because I thought they would have learned from what happened uh, eight 8 years ago, from when we sadly lost Jules Bianchi, but obviously not. Um, so how would you have um avoided that? Would you have red flagged the race, or what would you have done? Let me know in the comment. Let me know in the chat. Um, because as I said, I would. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I would have red flagged the race as well. Um, but do you think? Uh, why do you think the FIA or the race director didn't do it? I mean, to me, it was absolutely obvious. And these race directors are meant to be absolute professionals, you know what I mean? But why do you think the FIA, i.e., the race director, didn't do it? Um, I've got no idea why they didn't do it. No idea whatsoever. Um, I think they really need to look at it. Because I think a number of drivers were really upset about it, including Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. I think Sebastian Vettel even came out and said that F1 didn't learn enough from Jules Bianchi's accident. I mean, Formula One is always dangerous. It always is dangerous, but I think that is that was a risk too far, and whoever authorized the tractor to be on the track was needs absolutely to be um, sacked from ever making any decisions in Formula One again, because that could have been an absolute disaster, and could have ended up in tragedy. You know, for me, I think it overshadowed the race. I mean, I didn't even care about who won the race at the end, because I think my main concern was that people, that all the drivers and all the marshals, we didn't lose anybody and nobody got hurt. But how was it for you? Did you actually care about the race result? I certainly didn't, and I think I agree with Sergio Perez, who said that it was I think he said something along the lines of it was um, one of the lowest things he's seen in Formula One for years. So, do you agree with that, or what do you think? Um, Let me know. I, I really did think it was really bad. But anyway, moving on from the sad incident on the track. I want to I want to ask you a question. On the about Mick Schumacher's crash in free practice. Was it free practice one? Won it on the Friday. Do you think? Do you think that actually caused his? Do you think that that is actually the end? Do you actually think that crash was the last? Was the nail in the coffin for in terms of his career? Because I think Max, I think Günther Steiner wasn't very happy about it, was he? But what do you think? Do you think do you think Mick Schumacher destroyed any chance of continuing in Formula One with us next year due to that crash, or will we see him in Formula One next season? I think as many of you know, I think it's going to be Nico Hülkenberg going to Haas, but that's just a feeling I have. I might be wrong, but that's just a feeling I have. Yeah, I mean, the only place that I could see him. Sorry, the only place that I could see him going to is Williams. But you're right. If he keeps on crashing, then he's done. And to be fair, I think the media and the Formula One world has put has put too much pressure onto him in the first place because because of his name. I mean, people, uh, we must remember that he is not a Michael Schumacher. He's he's Mick Schumacher, and he's his own person. But I think a lot of media outlets have tend to forget that. Um, you know, but do I do I want do I think he deserves to stay in F1? If I if I was him, I would I would definitely think he would deserve to stay in F1, but in my opinion, he should definitely consider to change teams because I think Haas is not um, is not the right environment for him. Um, I think Williams might be better for him. But that's just what I'm thinking. Um, but moving on to the race, to the um, Japanese Grand Prix. I mean, Max Verstappen drove an absolutely phenomenal race, didn't he? He did absolutely phenomenal. And I think this season he 100% deserved it. It was 100% deserved. Oh yeah, I mean, Seb was absolutely awesome getting P6, wasn't he? Given that he was punted off by Fernando Alonso, wasn't it? I mean, that was absolutely disaster. I thought it was over, but for him to come back, finish P6, I think that was absolutely amazing. I'm not too sure where Aston Martin are in the constructors world championship now, but it was definitely well deserved, and he said for Suzuka, if any driver couldn't race, he would come out for retirement and replace them for that one race. I mean, he really loves Suzuka, so I think it was very, very nice. Sorry, it was very nice that that he managed to get his sixth position at his last. At higher at his last. Yes, you made it. Thanks for joining. How are you? You all right? Yeah, I think Seb really did well, finishing in sixth position. Yeah. So in general, what you guys saw about the race? I mean, it was very, very short, wasn't it? It was more like a sprint race, wasn't it? I think it was 45 minutes long, in total, was it? You know, um, but I think Max Verstappen did absolutely epic. Um, as I said, Aston Martin with Sebastian Vettel did brilliantly as well. I think Mick Schumacher got a bit screwed by Haas with his strategy uh, because they were relying on a safety car on it that never came. So I think he got a bit screwed then, uh, and but all in all, I think it was a good race, but it was just very sad that it was overshadowed with these incidents, wasn't it? I mean, it was absolutely, but the visibility out there was absolutely tremendous. And I always wonder, how do the Japanese fans always manage to create such awesome costumes? Um, I mean, did you see the guy that created a Aston Martin uh, Sebastian Vettel race suit and helmet? I mean, that was absolutely awesome, wasn't it? But I'm really intrigued how he managed to do that. But they, I, I was quite glad that they managed that they were that we came back to Suzuka. I missed it. I missed it the last 2 years that we was it is it 2 years or 3 years we didn't go there. We went there the last time in 2019, wasn't it? So yeah. So I think it was absolutely epic. Um um but I'm also intrigued. Maybe somebody can tell me this. Is is Honda officially back in F1 now, or was it just a once off? Because the name Honda was back on the cars, wasn't it? Um, the name Honda is back on the cars, isn't it? So I'm not too sure. Are they are they are they officially back or not? Maybe somebody can tell me that. Um, as I said, but it was I was a bit surprised that yeah, yeah, you know, I think, but if they are, what's going to happen to Red Bull powertrains? What are they? What is Red Bull going to do with that? Or are they just going to turn it into a UK base for Honda? Um, I'll be intrigued to find out about that. Um, but I was a bit surprised that they awarded full points at last weekend's race, given that it only lasted 45 minutes. I mean, I'm unsure how many laps they actually raced, but you know, nevertheless, Max Verstappen is world champion. As I said before, this time I believe that he actually deserved it. Because he just drove an absolute awesome race. All season. But and how in my video I asked the question, how many more championships do you think Max is still going to be able to get? I mean, he's 25 now. He just turned 25 actually. And he's a two-time world champion. So do we think it's he's going do we think he's got the chance to get the get 8 world championship titles, or can't we? Do you think it's too early to say? I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't put it past him. You know, especially if Red Bull are keeping up the development as they are currently doing. Having said that, I mean, apparently, and I've not really followed the story, but apparently I've heard that they broke the cost cap or something. So I don't know what penalty the Red Bull will get, but apparently, so it would. I mean, it would be a bit boring, wouldn't it? It would become a bit boring, like the Michael Schumacher dominance and the Ferrari dominance between 2000 and 2004, wasn't it? But I hope that Mercedes can come back next year. I really do. I really do hope so we can have a proper fight. But what do we think? Yeah, I mean, hang on. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call Aston Martin's car a shit box, but yeah, but I mean, what do we think the penalty is going to be? What do we think the penalty is going to be for Red Bull? I've got no. I mean, as far as I know, the FIA haven't figured out any penalties yet, but apparently Aston Martin only got a procedural like breach, wouldn't it? Whatever that means. But oh, you mean deduction of points from this year's championship? Um, I I um I tend I tend to agree. I think you might be onto something there, but you know, what do you think the penalty would be for Aston Martin? I mean, deduction of points for Red Bull, yes. I think it's going to be a fine for Aston Martin, if anything, because um, as far as I understand, it's only in quotation marks a breach, a procedural breach for Aston Martin, whatever that means. I'm not too sure. Um, but I hope that that it's the teams are going to learn from it, and I hope the FIA find a better place, better ways to police the budget cap, because I think otherwise it could mean that Red Bull and any other team that may or may not have exceeded the budget cap could have an advantage. I mean, I tend to agree with Martin Brundle, who said while on Any Driven Monday, he said that a 5% leeway is too much. And I think he's right. One other thought that I had was to rather than docking them any points, I I would find out by how much each team overspent, and then just deduct deduct it from the following seasons, um the following season's budget, i.e., let's say for argument's sake, Red Bull overspent by, I don't know, 2 million. So I would say, right, for this season, you're only allowed to use uh 143 million. You know, so I would actually deduct whatever they overspend from next year's budget. So, what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? I think the FIA need to find a way of sorting it out. Because otherwise, I think it could get messy. Um, so, what do we think about Nicholas Latifi scoring his first points in F1? I think. Well, I know it's a bit too late to keep his seat, but But do we think? Yeah. Do we think it's too? Do we think we ever gonna see him in Formula One again? Yeah. Hi, Ines. Yeah, I agree with you. The FIA needs to be transparent and then apply punishment. Um, Thanks for joining. I hope you're all right. Um, yeah, I think the FIA needs to refine. The, yeah, I don't think we'll see him in Formula One again. Yeah, I don't think we'll see him in Formula One again. You know, um, Nicholas Latifi hasn't really shown anything in Formula One, and I think when he got beaten by when he got outscored by Nick De Vries, who came into the who jumped into the Williams last minute. I think he was that was his downfall. Yeah, and as I said, I think he had not he did nothing special really. Um. So yeah. So what do we think about Max in general? Winning his second world title. Do you agree with me that it was more? It was really deserved this year. I mean, I think it was because I think he absolutely drove some crackers of some races. Um, yeah, I agree with you. I think this. I think. I think to be honest with you, he needed to win this year's World Championship because now nobody can say he only won it due to controversy in 2021 because of what happened in Abu Dhabi. But now I think, uh, so he, he, you are a Ferrari fan, are you? Um, yeah, I think Ferrari lost it this year, and I think they need to work on their strategies. They need to work on their strategies a bit more. I think, yeah, you know, I really felt for um Max. I really felt for Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Um, because they was having they was driving some epic races. But I think Ferrari needs to look at their strategy a bit more and get their strategy in order. I mean, yeah, and I think it's very unprofessional from from the pit wall to ask the drivers about. about strategies. You know what I mean? I think the strategy people get paid enough to work it out themselves rather than asking the driver. And I think there were times when Charles Leclerc was really frustrated with Ferrari. Um, but I really hope they can sort it out. Um, you know, I just want to, I just want them all to be fighting at the top, towards the front again, you know what I mean? Because I mean I've been watching Formula One now for 31 years, and you know I love Formula One, and yes, I am. I can't deny that I'm an absolute Aston Martin fan, but that's you know, but still, I just like to see some close racing, and I think Ferrari can do better. Ferrari need to do better, and they should have done better. But I want nothing more than uh, you know Ferrari fighting for at the front again regularly. Um, and I really would like to see Charles Leclerc or or Carlos Sainz to win the championship, the world championship with with Ferrari again. But I fear that he neither of them can do it. Here's a question for you: Who do you, would you get rid of, Mattia Binotto, and who would you get in? I'm unsure about getting rid of Mattia Binotto because I think he steadied the ship, but on the other hand, I think he's not tough enough for the job. Maybe um, you know, maybe they need to get they need to get Sebastian Vettel to run the team because I think they need somebody at the uh you know Jean Todd. I don't think you know what I think Ross Brawn wouldn't do it, and neither do I think Jean Todd is gonna do it because I think he, they've been there before, and I think it wouldn't work out this time if they did. Um, and I think Jean Todd, um, you know, I'm not too sure. I mean, if either of them does come, was gonna come back, that would be epic. But they can't, they can't, you know, that would be like now there that would be fireworks. Günther Steiner for Ferrari. But then who would you put? Who would you put in at the Haas team? Who would you put in at the Haas team? Um, I mean, that's an interesting question. Who would you put in at the Haas team if you put Günther to Ferrari? I mean, if if Nicky Lauda was um still alive and in good health, um, I would uh I would put him in charge of Ferrari, but nah, would be fun. I think Claire Williams is unfortunately, I think, or shall I say, fortunately, I think Claire Williams is unfortunately done with done with Formula One. I think I think there's no way back, which is sad really because I think um, I think uh, I think Williams have changed since she left. Um, I think there isn't that family vibe no more. I think um, you know I used to have a massive um soft soft spot for Williams, but since Claire left, I think they've gone a bit too corporate, which, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but just to give you an example, out of the 10 teams, Aston Martin have really are the only team that have um really took supporting me and um supporting my channel to another level. You know, they've gone above and beyond of what I could have ever dreamed of, uh that they've given me access to the drivers. I was there at the corporate event. I was there at the event in Silverstone. Um, and yeah, so so but I really hope that it's gonna be a four. It's gonna be a five-way fight in the future. I want to see Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, Williams, and Aston Martin uh, fight fight for wins and podiums. I think that would be absolutely epic. Um, yeah. So yeah, but what do you guys think? Um, I think um, who do you reckon is gonna get? Who do you reckon is gonna get um second in the drivers world title. Um, yes and no. I think, and I know it's not going to be very popular, but I am predicting fireworks at McLaren because nobody, neither Piastri or Lando Norris, is neither um, Piastri or nor um, Lando Norris will. Yeah, um, I think Lando Norris or nor Piastri will want to play second second fiddle to each other. So I'm predicting fireworks, and ultimately, I think that's why McLaren are not going to be are not going to improve this year, next year, because as I said in many videos, and even on a previous live stream, I think PS3 has got to destroy Lando Norris. Otherwise, his Formula One career may be over before it even begun. Given how much hype he's been put under. Um, do you think? Do you think um, Checo Perez is going to keep his drive alongside Max Verstappen? I I was unsure about it um, until until he won the until he won in Singapore. But since Singapore, I think he did an absolutely brilliant race. Um, so yeah, I think he's a perfect number two, the perfect war boy to um Max Verstappen. Yeah, I totally agree with you. If Piastri doesn't deliver next year, um, McLaren are going to be a laughing stock, and that that wouldn't that wouldn't do them any good. Um, but I think Piastri has done a major mistake um, in putting himself under so much pressure, because Formula One is like a shark tank. You either deliver or you're out. And for some reason, I do think that they will regret uh, letting letting Danny Rick go. Although I might be wrong. Um, but what do you guys think? Um, so so are you still gonna watch the remaining races with given that the World Championship is has been decided now already, or Yeah, I mean, who, who's ever thought it was? Um, it didn't do him any good. And as I said in a previous live stream as well, I said, you know, it ultimately could have damaged his career because people are always going to be remembering what happened when it comes to signing him, even though it looks like it wasn't his fault at all. I agree with you that Alpine uh, did themselves no favors, and they looked really unprofessional when that happened. I mean, I still can't believe that they didn't manage to um, get a watertight contract done with PS3. But hopefully they learn for the next time. So yeah, we've all we've almost been going an hour. Um, so so how uh, how would you rate the Japanese Grand Prix um last weekend? I would give it 3 out of 5. Um, well, well, what do you guys think? What I would give it 3 out of 5, as I said. I think it was an okay race, um, but it for it being a wet race, I think it was quite a good one. Yep, yep. So we all agree it's a bit it's a bit of a okay race, but not incredible, is it? Was it? So anyway, before I go, I would just like to say I really appreciate all your support. Um, and I love doing these live streams. You've been absolutely amazing. Um, all the time. Keep watching my videos. And yeah, I really enjoy your your feedback, and I really enjoy doing these live streams. As I say, because I feel like we're having a bit of a community going, aren't we? We're getting a bit of a community going, aren't we? So thanks everyone for watching. Yeah. Um. And yeah. So I'll see you very soon. Anyway. Um. So, yeah. Thank you for your support, Enos and everyone. So I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon for another video. And yeah, I will. I will definitely continue to um keep on doing this work. I do put a lot of effort into the videos. You know, so if you ever wanna give me a super chat or something, feel free to do so. But no pressure. I just continue to um watch my videos and let's grow this channel together. All right. See you soon, guys. Bye.